up, everybody? Welcome to the first ever episode of Trailer Park, the movie review show that focuses on the trailers of the movies. Now, without further ado, let's get to our first review, Aquaman.
Permission to come aboard.
Alright, today we're going to be talking about the latest addition in the DCEU, or Worlds of DC, or whatever it is they want to call themselves. And after getting our first look of Aquaman, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried. Now, not as worried as I was going into things like Batman v Superman or the Justice League, but still a little nervous. Now, the trailer itself is good. It doesn't do what DC movies have done in the past by giving us way too much information in the trailer. Like in Batman v Superman, where we see Doomsday show up, and then we see Wonder Woman show up. I mean, those are spoilers in a trailer. I didn't even think it needed to be said that you don't put spoilers in trailers, but they did it. But they didn't do it here, so it's okay. Actually, they tell us very little about what the real story is in Aquaman. And what they do tell us flows nicely and is a coherent story all in itself within the trailer. It starts off by him telling us who his parents are and us seeing him as a kid. Then we go to present day, where we see he's not Aquaman yet and he's not on the throne. Then we learn that his half-brother is raging a war against land dwellers, so he has to step up and take action. And that's really all we know, and that is all we need to know. It sold us enough on the story that we're going to go see it. So Warner Brothers, DC, don't tell us anymore. We're good.
I call it an ass whooping.
Another thing they seem to be doing right, which hasn't been a problem for DC in the past, but for superhero movies in general, is this movie doesn't seem too overcrowded with villains. We really only see the two. We see Orm, or Ocean Master, played by Patrick Wilson, which that casting seems weird to me, but I love Patrick Wilson, I have faith in him, and I don't really know much about the character of Ocean Master, so maybe it is a good fit. It just seems off to me. And then we see Black Manta, but he just seems like a side villain, and a good side villain's always welcome. The problem comes when they try to give each villain their own full story arc. I think a general rule of thumb should be every movie should have max 2 villains, and one of them should be a minor character. Unless, of course, you're doing a team-up movie like Sinister Six or the Injustice League, but even with those, they should be pre-established characters. But I mean, that's not the case here, so it doesn't matter anyway. There's no problem with this one. Where I do see a problem in this trailer is with the CG. To me, it looks like CG. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that an underwater movie is probably one of the most difficult that you can do. But for that reason, maybe it wasn't time to do an Aquaman movie. DC has a huge roster of heroes to choose from. If they would have got a few more successes under their belt, maybe they could have put even more money into the CG budget. For example, I think space is easier than underwater, so maybe we could have had a Martian Manhunter movie. Or maybe we could have had another shot at Green Lantern. We've had reboots in shorter amounts of time, and I think we're all ready to forget the horrific incidents of what happened in that Ryan Reynolds movie. So give us a Green Lantern we can be proud of and we want to see. We're ready for that. And then after you have those, 1, you'd have a bit more money to put into the CG of Aquaman, and 2, you'd have a bit more time. So maybe within that time frame, technology has advanced even more, and underwater becomes even easier to do. But if you're going to have a movie with things like people riding sharks and giant seahorses, that kind of looks cartoony. So if your CG isn't spot on, it's going to look very much just like a cartoon.
Your half-brother, King Orm, is about to declare war upon the surface world.
Now, I said earlier that I don't think the trailer gives away too much. That was in terms of story and plot. Where I think they do give away too much is in the cinematography. They show a lot of cool action shots. They show an underwater battle, and that's fine. It's an Aquaman movie. We're expecting there to be an underwater battle. But another shot that they show, which is one of my favorites, is a shot of Aquaman jumping off a fishing boat and into the ocean where he's chased by a bunch of creatures. And the only light from the shot comes from the red light of the flare. It looks amazing. But it would have looked more amazing if I was seeing it for the first time on the big screen. Now it's lost its impact. Now when I see it in theaters on the big screen, the way it's meant to be seen, I'm just going to say, oh yeah, that's that cool shot that I liked in the trailer. It's lost its charm. It's just not as cool. Speaking of being cool, man, they want you to know Aquaman is cool. A big problem I have with this trailer, and I hope it's just the 2 times that they're in the trailer and there's no more in the movie, is when Aquaman comments on something being awesome and being badass. We get it. Aquaman is cool. I know they were worried about this because Aquaman is seen as a lame hero who talks to fish, but I can't stand it when characters in movies or TV comment on something to tell me what I should think about it. If it's cool, we're gonna know it's cool. You don't need to tell us. Now, hopefully it's just the 2 times that are in the trailer. But if that's the case, then why would you put them both in a short 2.5-minute trailer? It leads me to think that there's going to be more in the movie, and I don't want it. Or if it is just those 2 times, it's just bad editing on the trailer's part.
That was the worst pep talk ever.
While we're on the topic of things Jason Momoa says, the humor in this trailer just doesn't land for me. And more often than not, if the jokes in the trailer don't work, they're not getting much better in the movie. But we do only see jokes from Aquaman, so maybe there is a comic relief character in there that brings the laughs. We'll just have to wait and see. With all that being said, I'm going to give this trailer a B-. Am I excited? Excited might be too strong of a word. I'm interested. I hope it's good. I really do. I hope all movies are good. I never want to go and see a shitty movie. But they're out there. And if this one doesn't hit it, Wonder Woman isn't enough to carry an entire franchise, as strong as she may be. But what did you guys think? Did you like the trailer? Did it give you doubts like it did to me? Let me know in the comments. Also, feel free to let me know what trailer you think I should review next. Alright, thanks for hanging out at the trailer park today, guys. We'll see you next time.